And I think that's where we met, right?
Yeah, like right after I got off the phone with you, I called my manager. I was telling him what was going on, and he's like, Jackie, don't call him back. And I was like, as I was pressing connect with LinkedIn.
I won't, don't worry.
Don't worry, I'm not going to do it. He doesn't know that I'm talking to you right now. Like, I considered telling him, but I was like, no, it'd just be weird. Hey, I just started a podcast with this random dude I met on the phone that I was supposed to pitch for this thing. And, you know, we're best friends now. Thank you.
Welcome to another week of dysfunction. Here's Jackie and Matt.
Hey guys. Sorry.
What up?
Hi again. Jackie, girls have a really bad problem with apologizing when they haven't done anything wrong, so I'm going to need you to stop.
Oh my God. You have no idea. That's me.
But Matt does too.
Well,
I don't apologize that much. I'm really good at not apologizing.
Okay.
I apologize for
just because I really don't care what other people think. But Matt, on the other hand, he apologizes every 10 minutes.
Oh,
That's true.
okay.
Uh-huh.
We're gonna
Have you not noticed that?
No, I don't think she has.
He apologizes when he does something right if it offends someone else.
That's really funny.
And then they say, Matt, stop apologizing, and I apologize for apologizing.
Yeah.
Exactly. Wait, do you apologize often, or?
I'm a recovering apologizer.
Oh, that's good. Can you teach me?
I'll try.
I'll try.
I've started saying, like, instead of saying, sorry, I was late, like, thank you for being patient. Thank you for waiting for me.
Oh.
So you just turn it into a thank you instead.
I was going to change it into a different apology. I was going to be like, oops, my bad.
Yeah, see, that doesn't work.
I only apologize to like clients or someone I'm supposed to be like impressing, and then after I impress them the first like, I don't know, couple days, I'm fine. I stop apologizing.
That's funny.
I just apologize to the people who I want to keep around. Like, I don't apologize to, like, strangers.
Wait. Yes, you do.
I
probably fucking do. God damn it.
Yeah, no, we had a meeting earlier and he apologized to him.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot
for no
about
reason.
that. Yeah, sorry about that. I forgot.
Case in point.
So I understand that you guys met through work, but why keep in touch with Matt? Like, why do you keep reaching out to him?
I don't really have that, like, friend boundary. Like, if I know you, if I meet you one time, like, you're my friend. That's just how it is. So, like, if anything reminds me of you ever, I'll just reach out.
Even, like, randomly, like, you're in a grocery store 10 months, 11 months later, haven't spoken to this person, but you're still going to reach out?
I honestly meet, like, people in the most random places. And there was this girl I met in the, like, wedding aisle at Michael's. And I feel really bad because I didn't get her phone number, and I want to reach out and ask how her wedding went.
Awesome. That's how I make my friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that I'm, like, old, I don't meet them in the bathroom randomly anymore, but I used to do that a lot.
What do you mean old? How, if you don't mind me asking, how old are you?
I'm 33.
That's not old.
Well, but I don't, like, get wasted and meet people in the bathroom at 2 a.m. anymore.
Wait, why not? Oh, you're pregnant. Oh.
Yeah.
You know, even if she was pregnant, she has the option. She could be.
I'm like, I still do that.
I try to be a little bit more responsible for these 9 months.
Is it? Well, I understand being pregnant and all that because I have a daughter, but I was very depressed being pregnant. I hated being pregnant. How does it feel like for you?
Well, it's my second time.
Uh-huh.
So, and like my life situation is a million times better.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thoroughly enjoying every minute of it. And like quarantine. So my other kid's home all the time. My husband's home. Like, it's been amazing.
That's nice. What, in your first pregnancy wasn't so great, or?
No, I found out I was pregnant during finals week of spring semester.
Oh, I'm sorry. You were stressed and then more stress.
Yeah. My friend, I was studying with my friend and she was like, you need to take a pregnancy test because you're being a bitch.
Oh.
I was like, oh, okay. And then it was positive and I was like, wait, what?
She maybe just had a feeling or something. Oh gosh,
yeah.
I would not want to find out that way.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. And then I had my daughter during finals week of winter semester.
I'm so sorry.
So
What did you study, or what do you do?
I studied marketing, never actually done marketing. I kind of fell into project management, and then I decided I didn't want to be in corporate anymore, so I'm just doing it for myself now.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
All right, Matt, you want to start of where this conversation is going and how we came across it?
I think so. I'm going to need a little bit of everyone's help jogging my memory. However, I guess in the sake of some sort of format, it's me and Jackie and Angie. Angie used to work with me at E Squared back in, as apparently it was 2013. I thought it was a few years ago. It was a long time ago.
Almost a decade.
Almost. We're getting there, sadly. But I think Angie sent me the story of the egg when me and Jackie were talking about what happens after we die. And the two, I don't know, I heard Jackie finish explaining her side of it, and then I saw Angie had sent me something, and I watched it, and they were just so similar that I was like, there's no, like, this is too coincidental. I should probably send this video right on to Jackie, and I did, and I think it jived, right?
Yeah, I really liked the video. I thought it was very interesting, and I just had so many questions to Angie and to both of y'all on what y'all thought about it.
That's two y'alls in one sentence. I don't think that's legal.
Well, my mom used to say y'all a lot, and I don't know, I picked it up.
I like it. It's, yeah, it's kitschy. I like it.
It's kitschy? What's that?
Kitschy. Gimmicky. Campy.
You all. That sounds worse.
Yeah, that sounds so much weirder. It does. Y'all.
Y'all. I just like y'all.
All right, I'll take it. So, I think we're gonna have to put some sort of like version of the audio, or at least a link to it somewhere before, so everyone can get a chance to catch up on the actual story. But why don't we start with, I guess, Jackie, you could probably just lead with what you were explaining, your interpretation of what our lives are, or like how the afterlife works, or what happens when you die.
Well,
as far as it was a month ago.
I guess I have a question for Angie. Are you scared of death?
So I'm scared of leaving my family behind, and I don't have a pain tolerance, so I'm like scared of the dying process and like it hurting, but like scared of death or scared of being dead, like does it really matter? Because I won't know anything after that. So
that's true.
You don't think so?
I don't know if you would feel yourself dying. That's why I wouldn't be scared, but I would be sad leaving my baby in Grayson.
That's fair.
Are you scared of
that's
death?
how I feel.
Matt?
Am I scared of death?
Yeah.
No. I'm scared of getting stabbed.
Why?
And I'm scared of being on YouTube, and I've already faced one of those fears this month, so
I guess I gotta stab you.
I always thought my first video on YouTube was going to be me getting stabbed. Like, I'm not even kidding. For like the last 7 years, that's been the joke. Yeah. But no, I'm not afraid of death. I'm afraid of the pain that would come before it. That's it.
Okay. Have y'all ever had a feeling on how you guys were gonna die?
Definitely not getting stabbed.
I'm glad, Matt.
Okay, yeah.
And you, Angie?
No, I've never, like, I know people are like, oh, I know I'm going to die this way. I've never had anything like that.
Really? Mine, I don't know why. Since I was like, I don't want to say 6 or 7, I thought I was going to die from a car accident.
Oh.
And I'm not afraid of cars or anything, but I always thought I was going to die from a car accident.
Who does more driving, you or your husband?
My husband, just because I like to do stuff in the car while he's driving. I tend to work while he drives.
There's no cancer in my family, which is fucking so strange.
Wait, what? Really?
So, yeah, never had. So I imagine that's definitely not how I'm gonna go. God willing, but I'm sure it's gonna be. I don't know, something similar maybe. I don't know. Especially if I don't quit fucking smoking.
If you don't quit, if you don't quit smoking, you're gonna definitely die from cancer. No offense.
Exactly. No offense taken. That's accurate.
So some of the ideas that were like in the egg project or video or whatever, the story that has been passed down for years, was that we are God, or we are a version of God, or the baby egg of God. What do you think about that, Angie?
So you've heard of like agnostic, right? People being agnostic.
Yes.
So I'm more of like a Gnostic belief. So I believe that we are all one, we're all connected, us as people and God, universe, source, whatever term resonates with you, we're all divine. Like we are created in God's image. We're not in God's image toned down to the point where we're beneath him.
So you don't believe that he's above us in any way?
I don't think so.
So in the egg, they explain it kind of in a I'm your parent in a way. Like I'm your parent being and you're the child being. So do you see it that way? Or like the relationship you have with your daughter, do you see yourself, or is it a boy or girl? I didn't even ask you.
It's a girl.
Okay. Like the relationship you have with your daughter, do you see yourself as higher than her?
So I see myself as the caretaker and the provider, but you have a child, right? So how much have you learned from your child?
Oh, every day. Apparently her school called us today and said, oh, your daughter jumped off of something, off of the gate, and now she has a scratch, but she didn't cry. But she's hilarious, and I watch her every single day like that. She has no fear. And I don't know how she has no fear, because I'm scared of things, obviously. But for her, it's
But you
nothing.
learn to be scared of those things.
Yeah. And it's nice to see, like, if she's that brave, why can't I be that brave?
And that's the thing, is you could, right? Like,
Yeah.
and she's teaching you. So are you really above her, or is she closer to source and creation because she's so new to where she could teach you how to get back to that?
To me, I view my daughter the same way you do, is we're teaching each other, and she just has to learn how to stay in this earth for a little bit and figure her way out, and I will be there to guide her, but I don't see myself as higher than her. But I know some people do.
Right. And I feel like those people have issues, but that's like kind of how I view the whole God thing. Like there is like something, right? There's something that's in charge of creation. There's something that's going on, but I don't think it's above us. I think the fact that we think it's above us is where all of our problems come from.
I agree with that, actually. Yeah.
I would also agree. You remember we were talking to Tim not too long ago, my brother, and he was talking about how he has these kids in his English class who say like the craziest shit, but they like say it wholeheartedly and like to the point where like he believes what they're saying.
Yeah.
Like he's got this 5-year-old who will open a book about space. I mean, a giant like adult textbook about space, and just like flip through the pages and be like, "Oh, look, this is the planet I'm from."
Right.
And he's like, "Wait, what? Are you sure?" And the kid's like, "Yeah, of course." And he'll like name the planet off like without reading anything. And he's like, wait, is that possible? Is that kid really from another planet?
I think that's possible.
I think it is.
I don't know. It's kids can really just like surprise you sometimes.
They're true magic.
I'm really, yeah.
So you believe in magic?
Humans.
Oh,
I do.
yeah.
Okay, what kind of magic though?
I don't.
Witches.
Oh, for sure. But, oh yeah, Matt and I were talking about this, and I was like, witches are real, but they're a little bit cautious of coming out because of all the burning and drowning and things that they've been through.
Understandably.
I agree. But like, what kind of magic? Like making things appear kind of magic, or like warping time kind of magic, or like Harry Potter kind of magic?
I mean, what's the difference? Like warping time, like, I know that's one of your things about the egg, but like time doesn't really exist, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like we decided to put 24 hours to a day. We decided, everything that goes for time. Like time isn't real.
So then everything just happens at once.
Not at once, but I don't know, like they did that study on
It's not linearly.
Right.
If that makes sense.
They did the study on the astronaut, right? And when the one astronaut was in space and the other one was on the ground, like they tested all of their levels of everything, and one of them aged slower.
Which one aged slower?
I think it
What a
was.
space.
Yeah. I don't quote me on that. We'll have to look it up. But
I'll look it up.
Please look that up. Please add that to our website.
I'm looking at it right now.
Okay, let me know because I want to know. But going back to the creating a God as an authority in our mind, I know a lot of people do that, especially in religion. You see people saying like, oh, my God is my parent. They are the ones that do everything for me pretty much. And then we praise them in some sort of way. Like, what do you think about that?
okay, so think about the question that you asked. Why do we create God as an authority figure? Like, we create that. God doesn't do that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Why do we do that? Like, why do we think that we can create God at all? Or like be anything or label him?
It's to keep people under control,
That's true.
as far as I've come to understand it.
Matt,
I
have
could be
you
wrong.
seen the Book of Eli?
What a
The-
great goddamn movie that fucking thing was.
No,
Seriously.
I haven't.
Oh my gosh.
No, I haven't seen it.
When you get to the end and you're like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. That was the book?
Do you want me to tell you? I'll just give you like a quick rundown.
Obviously. Yes,
Okay.
please tell me.
So it is the most amazing movie. I finished it and then I
It's
watched
amazing.
it again
Amazing.
immediately. Like back to back.
Me too.
viewings.
Same day.
Yep. So it's this post-apocalyptic society run by this bad guy. And the whole movie, he
Denzel.
wants this, Denzel's amazing. He's like the good guy. So the bad guy wants this powerful book. He wants to be able to control people. And like, it's this little society, like end of the world stuff. And in the end, you learn that what he's looking for to be able to control everyone, the most powerful book in the world, is the Bible.
Oh, shit.
I got chills. That's a fucking, it really is.
Because
a great
religion
movie.
controls people,
Oh, yeah. The Scientology was a great example of it.
right?
Like a modern example of it, because people were so blinded by the Bible being created so long ago, and they're like, oh, this is what I live my life off of.
Mm-hmm.
But then Scientology showed up, and I started noticing, like, people are following it like they would a Bible, but it's created so recent and off of a false book. Like, who's to say the other book isn't false? Well,
It's what Daniel Tosh said.
wait, really?
Comedian. No. He goes, hey, listen, Mormons, if my grandpa is old enough to be like, yeah, no, that's not how it happened, you don't have any validity to your religion.
But it's true. Like, think about it. Like, Christians look down on Mormons. Mormons look down on Scientology. Like, the newer thing is always looked down on.
Jewish people look down on Christians.
Oh, man.
Wait, who?
Jewish people look down on Christians.
Well, it's because they only believe in the First Testament, which I don't understand why.
Well, because the second one was new.
Oh, that's true. So
So
what was
it's
before
just-
Judaism?
People just existing together.
No, I'm pretty sure that they've created some type of like ideal.
But at one
that-
point, like, there had to be just people existing.
That's true. But I wonder what it was.
Cavemen?
I don't know. I wouldn't know.
No, I wouldn't either. I can't really go much further back than 4,000 years, 3,000 years.
You got me beat.
I guess I'm gonna find a like timeline on what religion or what the first religion was to see. I know.
It probably was something similar to the ancient Greeks, maybe?
I think that was newer as well.
Angie,
Yes.
apropos to nothing. And yes, I pronounced that incorrectly on purpose.
You do that
It's
a
to
lot.
mess with Jackie. I know.
Thanks.
Irregardless.
Irregardlessly. Have you seen Knives Out yet?
No.
Good fucking Lord. You want to see a fucking movie you're going to watch twice in a row? Watch Knives Out. Knibes.
Is there blood?
Yeah.
Not much.
Well, it's not. It's a mystery movie.
Okay.
Wait, you saw it? How have we not discussed this?
Well, I watched it with one of my friends, and I liked the movie.
I don't do scary or like horror.
No. Do you remember Clue?
The game?
The movie.
Wait, there's a
Based on
movie?
the game?
Yeah, there's a movie.
Yeah.
It's got 3 different endings, and it's exactly the same thing as Knives Out,
Oh,
except
okay.
there's 3 endings.
Okay. I could do that.
It's just a colorful cast of characters, and it's a whodunit, and the guy trying to solve it is Daniel Craig, James Bond,
Oh, okay.
with a southern accent.
Okay, so I found a timeline, and it's really confusing, but it looks like Confucianism.
Confucianism?
Oh, Confucius.
What's that?
Chinese.
Yeah. That makes sense that would be the first one.
Would be the first, and then the last would be Islam under Judaism. Oh wait, no. Then after Judaism, obviously the new ones come out. But that would be the oldest,
The ancient ones.
form of religion. That's
Confucius say, baseball all wrong. Man with 4 balls cannot walk.
Oh wait, there's another one. Prehistoric animism or non-religious.
Whoa.
Yep.
Was not expecting that.
I wasn't either. Because in the Bible, they always, and I'm saying the Bible just because that's really the only concept that I have that I grew up with.
That's all I have.
And it starts with Adam and Eve.
Mm-hmm.
And I assumed everyone after that was Christian.
Yeah.
So, question, Jackie, do you read the Bible as like literal facts, like this happened step by step, or do you read it as like metaphors for life lessons?
So I've read the Bible 3 times, all the way through front to back. The first time I was 16 or 17. It was right when I moved out of my mom's house and I ran away to live with my dad. I started going to church and they asked me to read the Bible front to back. And I read it like fact. I thought that everything that the Bible said was what God wanted me to do. And then when I turned 18, I joined a Christian group with the guy I was dating at the time. And I reread the Bible and then I read it as stories, like a storybook. And it was completely different from the first time. And then now the last time I read it, it was more like a storyline, but like ideals. And I would connect those ideas from the Bible to other books that I've read as well. So that was like me coming out of being a Christian, I guess. I was trying to go back. That's why I reread the Bible the 3rd time, but it just didn't make sense to me.
I have a question.
Yeah.
How tall do you think Goliath was? Did you think Goliath was each read through? Because I swear when I actually was, I guess under that spell curse, whatever you want to call it, into that, I thought Goliath was like 40 and some feet tall. Mm-hmm. And then like now I read it and I'm like, he was probably like 7'5", maybe.
Yeah. Now I think maybe he was an extra giant where he was like almost 8 foot.
Yeah, something like that.
But then if I think of it in the way of like fairies and goblins and all these things are real.
Yeah, that one.
Then he could possibly be, 12, 13 feet.
Oh, okay, so not as tall as 14.
No, because I think if
40,
if we're going to implement the Bible in anything that we believe in, okay, just as a game or not a game, but as an idea, the Bible has like stories that allude to other beings being around, like Goliath being a giant or whatever. And then that means if giants are real, then fairies are real. And if other gods are possible, then all the religions have some truth to it, which I already believe, but
I would believe that. I noticed you like saying the word fairies a lot.
Because I like fairies, okay?
You're like desperate. You're desperate that they're like still in existence.
They're real.
They are real, okay?
Who do you think paints the butterfly's wings, Matt?
Exactly.
Yeah, thank you. I got you. Thank you.
And the mushrooms.
Yes, definitely the mushrooms.
I don't know.
What about mushrooms?
I like how you charged in on that part.
You had me at mushrooms.
I know.
That was the last word of my sentence. Okay.
I really like the ideas of fairies. I always have since I was a kid. And I never told my parents because they always told me like, oh, there's no such thing as these things or myth. I couldn't even believe in Santa Claus. But
wait, did you not have a tooth fairy?
That was the only thing I believed in. I believed in the tooth fairy. My grandmother made me believe, like, I was convinced until I was maybe 14 or 13 when she told me the tooth fairy wasn't real. I cried. I was so sad. Like, she's like, and she explained to me why she lied to me that long. She's like, well, she grew up poor in Colombia. And when she was a kid, she read this book about the tooth fairy. And she was determined to make sure that her children's and her grandchildren's believed it, so that it had some type of magic and happiness, so that they would receive money for the hard work of working for their teeth. So she let me believe. Yeah, it was like one of the things that I remember about my grandmother. She's not dead. I just don't speak to her anymore. I wish I did, but that was one thing that she made sure I believed in. She used to ring this bell. She'd leave like fairy dust everywhere. And since then, I would like draw fairies all the time. I would hide them from my mom, so my mom didn't think I was weird, but I loved fairies. And I'm hoping one day a fairy will come to me.
Why do you think I'm here?
Matt!
Wait, what?
I'm going to draw you as a fairy now.
You gotta, please.
I can't wait to see that.
The rest of my family will finally get their validation they've been looking for.
That you're a fairy boy?
Dude, I'm telling you, my whole family thinks I'm gay. I don't understand it.
Wait, they think you're gay?
For real?
Yeah,
Why?
for sure.
Why do they say?
Yeah.
I used to call my husband fairy boy, and he told me to stop because he's like, you know what that means? And I was like, no. He's like, that means I'm gay. Yeah. I'm like, oh, you're not gay, but like, I like calling you fairy boy because he looks like a fairy. I don't know. He's
posh.
Yeah, he's very posh, and he's very white, and like his features just look like a fairy.
You know how white he is? You just said white with a you're a white.
That's how white he is.
Like a ghost whispering to you. That's how white he is.
He's pretty white. He's translucent.
Really? That's cool.
Yeah, he's really white. Like, he'll be outside for 5 minutes and he'll get sunburned.
Is he actually British, though? Or is that something I made up in my head?
You made that up in your head. But he looks... I don't think I've ever sent you a picture of him. I'm going to send you one right now. And you can send it to Angie since...
I feel like it was just because of, his name and then, obviously, the poshness, as you described. Poshness. Posh Spice, right? He was one of the 5 Spice Girls.
What? I don't think he'd appreciate that one.
No, I don't think he would either, so don't tell him that one.
Don't worry, he can't. I think he left, honestly.
Oh, he can totally hear us, huh?
Now he left. He, took the car, I guess. He didn't even tell me he left.
I guess. Time to go Terminator 2 on him.
Going back to the egg, because we keep going off of it. Okay. So it also said when you're reborn, you're a blank slate, right? Everything I do won't matter. That feeling, I'm pretty sure, well, I honestly don't know, but I've had that feeling, I'm living this life, but I'm going to die eventually. So why do I have to work so hard to get to a certain place just so that I'm happy for such a short period of time?
It's called curiosity, I think.
But what if I just don't have that? What if
a lot of people don't.
I'm just content, and then...
Wait, but why do you have to work hard to be happy?
Well, Angie, come on.
My version of happy is a lot simpler, but like my husband, the way he views life is very frustrating sometimes. He thinks that in order to be happy, you have to complete a task, which is, say, work. You work to get money to complete the next task, like a video game. And then you just keep completing all these tasks until you are happy, or you're happy for that moment, and then the next task comes.
That is a recipe for disaster.
I know, and I'm trying to explain that to him, but obviously I can't tell him how to think.
Right.
But every day I try to work on him on that. But he honestly thinks that it's like a video game. Like right now, he's probably going out to go fix a car that we have. Once he fixes it, there's going to be something else that he wants. And then once he does that, there's something else that he wants. He's never satisfied. Me, I'm happy living the way we are. I'm very happy. As long as I'm not sick or in pain, I'm happy. But
well, hold on.
What?
If that's the case, then why are me and you working so much extra?
That's the thing. What if I thought that? And what if I just all this work is going to nothing, and then I commit suicide, right?
Well, that's awfully morbid.
Just so that
very quickly.
But I'm just saying, so that I could go on to the next life. And what if that life is better than the life I have now?
So
that's not even close to what I meant.
Right. So, but
not
do
even
you
close.
think that
let's take a step back.
But do you think that living your life like that is going to get you to the quote unquote next life? If you just give up and check out without learning what you came here to learn this time.
But what if I felt like it was enough?
Well, then why end it?
why stay?
All right, that's dark as fuck. Why not stay? Because life is awesome.
But I'm explaining this because these are thoughts that I had at one point.
Oh, wait. I understand what she's saying. Okay, sorry, Angie. She's saying, what if this is the intention of this life is to end it early to learn a lesson so that in the next one she learns from that. You know what I mean?
And maybe that's the case this time, but
Exactly.
It's very
morbid.
Yeah.
But those were my thoughts at one point.
That was the point.
Those are things that I believed at one point when I was very sad, hurt, and everyone left me, like, except for my dad.
Was this before you got sick?
Well, that's completely different, though.
Right before I got sick. Right before I got sick, something happened, and I don't really want to talk about why this happened, but I ended up going to jail for a month, and I was stuck in Florida, and my mom lived in Florida, my grandmother lived in Florida, my sisters lived in Florida, but due to law, no one could put bail or get you out of jail unless they have a Florida license. My dad couldn't come to Florida to come get me, so I got stuck in jail. And I was alone. The only person I could call was my dad. Everyone else didn't answer their phone. And I just felt so alone. And then right after I got out of jail, I got really sick. And I ended up having multiple surgeries after that. And I just felt like, what's the point? If I'm going to live to keep having all this pain happen to me over and over and over again, what's the point?
Okay, so 2 comments on that. All of the pain and everything happening for you, like, I don't believe that anything happens to you in life. I believe that everything happens for you to help you grow, to help you find out how strong you are, to help you learn a lesson. And second, if you're in that state of mind, then that's not saying like, oh, life is great, I had a great time, and now I'm done with it. You can't say, I mean, you can, but it's a different outlook than saying like, oh, I've done all I have to do in life. I'm content. Everything was great. And now I want to move on to the next one.
No, this was just a mindset of back then.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have that mindset anymore, but as
right. No, but like just tying it all in together.
Okay, good. It felt like you were kind of uncomfortable for a minute there. And I was like, she doesn't feel like that now.
No.
It's just like a question.
But it was a moment. And I'm pretty sure there are other people out there that feel this way. There
are tons.
Yeah. They feel like if I just end this life, and they have these beliefs thinking that they're going to get reincarnated, most of them do commit suicide just to go on to the next life. But what stops people that know this information? Like, what stops them?
Like us.
So I see it as like, if you're just committing suicide over and over and over to get to the next life, it's like walking on a treadmill in your living room expecting to get to the grocery store. Like eventually.
I like that.
Wow, what a perfect analogy.
I like that.
That's unbelievable.
Eventually you're going to have to actually get off and walk and do something different, And like, it could take you a week to notice that, or it could take you 1,000 years to notice that. But eventually you're going to have to notice and do something different.
Okay. I like that answer.
That was insanely insightful. Thank you, Angie.
You're welcome.
I like that analogy a lot too.
I thought you were going to be like, you're never going to lose weight walking on that treadmill. I'm like, you're like, you'll never get to the grocery store. I'm like, yeah, I won't.
But I think that's the difference between old souls and new souls, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like the new souls are like just figuring all this out. And like, I mean, I've met kids that are more mature than any adult I've ever met, like they just know something.
Yep.
So like you, so what I've noticed, you told me your age, but your, and I don't want to say intelligence, but you seem older
wisdom.
Than your wisdom is a lot older than 33 or your age.
Well, I would say yours is too.
I would definitely say yours is too.
Well, thank you.
But I also I've been through a lot of shit, and I feel like I've probably been through it all before as well. And so I feel like I am a lot more experienced than most people at 33, like not all great experiences, but they got me to where I am.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, so did you really have your daughter at 18?
No,
Or 21, I mean? Sorry, 21.
Your math is bad. I was 23.
My math is really good. Your college cycle was bad.
Oh, I didn't say I graduated in 4 years.
And neither. That's what I'm saying. It's a joke.
No, I had to take a year off when I moved to Arizona so that I could get
You got a
in-state.
degree, and I don't. So guess who wins in this one?
Yeah, but guess how much good that piece of paper's done for me.
Nothing.
0.
Right.
Oh, I'm in the same boat too.
Right.
My daughter's already asking me, she's like, if I want to start a business, do I have to go to college? Like,
No.
Absolutely not. Please don't.
Please don't. Don't waste your money. Use that money to go travel or something.
Yeah, if you get a full ride, go enjoy the
Seriously.
experience. But
No, you can literally live in a college town for like a couple weeks and you're done.
yeah,
That's what I did. I went to college, but I did get a degree. But I was young, so I was just like kept to myself, didn't interact with anyone. And then I got the piece of paper. I was like, okay, this sucks. And then I moved to Florida for a little bit, and I lived in a college town, and I had fun while I was there. Like, I went out to parties. I went out to frat boy
I
thingies.
can't imagine you drinking for some reason.
Oh, I don't get drunk. I've been drunk once, and I didn't like it. So I get to the point, and then I stop drinking, and people call me boring.
No, but you get high. I mean, that's
yeah.
probably equally as entertaining.
But I also stop at a certain point as well.
but I think that just leads back to like the old soul, right? Like you didn't need 4 years of partying and going crazy. Like you got that entire experience in a couple weeks and you were good to move on.
Yeah, that's true.
I can't say that about myself, but I can say that 2 nights drinking on Mill Avenue gave me all I ever wanted to fucking experience of the college life.
Wait, what's
That
Mill
fucking
Avenue?
place is a fucking hellhole.
Oh, it's ASU's
Arizona.
Like college row.
Oh, okay.
It's where everybody goes every night to drink,
It's
Oh,
very
gosh.
intense.
and it's you can withstand it for about 4 minutes at a time,
accurate.
once a
I
year.
do want to go to a rave, though. Raves? I
Oh my
want to go
gosh,
to
me too.
Burning Man.
Dude, Groove Cruise.
Okay, I'll do that one too. But Burning Man, Matt, if you want to join,
Yeah,
Angie,
well, I'll meet you there. Of course.
my husband doesn't want to
Okay.
go because he's like, that's not really my thing. But Angie,
It's not
Matt,
my thing, but I'll try anything once, except for
horse tranquilizer.
the obvious one thing. Talking to girls. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, I meant
So you are gay,
I
Matt.
hate to break it to you, but you're
I meant
talking
butt
to
stuff.
two right now.
I'm aware. Unfortunately, I can't register that when you're not sitting in front of my face. I'm like, I'm just talking to 2 buddies.
Wait, so
Shut up, Jackie.
if we-
Shut up.
I hate the way, like, I hate how he calls everyone buddy. His mom, his dad, well, not his mom. Sorry.
I did though. I did.
Sorry. But his
It's
dad,
true.
his brother, me, and I'm like, stop calling me buddy. Like, stop. It sounds weird. It sounds gross.
Why is it so weird?
Because I still imagine you smacking some guy in the ass, be like, good job, buddy. Like,
Why am I smacking a guy on the ass in this scenario? Is this a fairy fetish?
no, it's not a fetish.
Okay, different perspective. Buddy the elf is the coolest person alive. So
God, you said that. Fucking elf, dude,
I
for the
do
win.
like him, I guess.
he is my spirit animal.
Dude, Santa!
I know him.
I know him.
Wrong
Yeah,
guy.
he's my favorite.
Who was that? Who was the lead in that? The actress. It was a Deschanel, right?
Zooey Deschanel. Yeah.
It was Zoe?
Yeah.
I thought it was her sister. All right, that works.
No, it was Zoe. Because her
Are you
sister's
talking
on
about the girl?
Bones.
The girl that he
Jovi.
had
Yes.
a crush on?
Yeah.
Jessie. From
Which
that
is
show,
it?
Jessie. Yeah.
New girl. Yeah, that's
yeah,
her.
new girl.
Wait, isn't Jovi a super cute little girl's name?
I love that name, actually.
I think it's so cute.
I like unique names.
You know, make a great little girl's name would be Matt.
Stop. You're not
So
going to
I'm
name your child
actually-
Matt.
Considering like a Maddie.
Okay.
Yes.
But
That would be a great
there's
name.
going to be other girls named Maddie in school.
Okay, so
I don't know.
fun
Not if her
story.
middle name's Ice.
Fun story.
Maddie Ice.
I named, oh my God. I named my daughter based on a name that I had only heard one time in my entire life. And now she has 3 of them in her classroom. There's a famous singer with her name. Like it's
Aw.
everywhere.
What's her name?
So
Ari?
yeah.
Oh, I love that
Ariana.
name, though.
So Ariana Grande came out when she was like 2. And so she'd see her name on the radio and she'd be like, that's not my name. And like freak out.
Oh, I named my daughter Artemis after the Greek gods. The first daughter that was born from Hera. Is it Hera? Ooh, I need a fact.
Yes.
Okay, awesome.
You got it.
And then she was the firstborn. I was hoping to have a boy right after her and name it Apollo, or
Oh, that'd be
Niklaus.
awesome.
I love Niklaus from
Me
Vampire
too.
Diaries.
Yep.
Yep. He's amazing. Like
Yeah.
well, toxic, but his
Amazing.
Yeah. I like him.
Yeah.
You won't understand, Matt. You have to watch Vampire Diaries.
But don't start because you'll watch the entire 7 seasons in like a week.
I will bet you if I started, I would get 2 episodes in and probably stop watching.
There's
You
other
couldn't.
shows
It's so
off
good.
of it.
No, I'm sure there are. I haven't been able to watch any dramas for more than an episode or 2 since, the whole mom thing. And now every time I sit down to watch like a show that I've been in love with or want to like, it's like every time I sit down to watch TV, I just have to watch comedies. So all I watch are sitcoms and stand-ups now.
Wait, why?
I try my best. I don't know.
So wait, why can't you watch shows without thinking about your mom?
It's not that it's all right. It's not that I can't watch them without thinking about mom. It has nothing to do with that. It's that shows can't go a minute without bringing like, what do you call it? Maternal suicide into the equation. Like even so, me and Akil, Angie knows who he is.
Vampire Diaries doesn't have maternal suicide. There you go.
But
Does
the
it?
parents do die.
But not
You wanna bet?
not
You want to
suicide.
bet?
They don't
True.
kill
Think about it.
themselves.
Think harder.
No, because they turned their children into vampires.
They did.
They killed their own children to turn them into
All right,
vampires to live forever.
that's fair. I just noticed a trend where me and Akil go to see a movie every Thursday, and as soon as my mom died, every single movie for the next year and a half. So that's what
She was maybe talking to you.
That's like 80 movies
Right.
that we
Like
saw in a row that all focused on mom death.
there was a
right?
reason though, because
Yeah.
like not all of those movies were like super
Dude,
down,
even
right?
Pokemon Pikachu, Detective Pikachu, for fuck's sake.
But I think
Like, we couldn't get away from it.
there's 2 options
You're
here.
not supposed to get away from it. It's because you were trying to run.
Ooh,
Yes,
that's
exactly.
Exactly.
Aware.
You're like, I'm aware, just let me run anyway.
Well aware.
Maybe she was just telling you to deal with it. Like she was talking to you through those movies to tell you to deal with it so it didn't stunt you in any way.
Or like learn,
had
like watch
to.
how all of these different scenarios play out. Like watch how other people deal with this.
I'm telling you, I just sent an email. You probably already saw it. To The Witch from Friday about a horror movie called Happy Death Day 2.
Yeah, I saw it, but I'm not gonna watch it.
Okay, well that one is that's where I like actually like processed everything.
That's the girl
Dude,
that died
I
on her
cried
birthday, right?
so hard. Yeah. And except this is a sequel.
He cries a lot.
It's she
So do
knows.
I.
Wait, really? I literally just cried for the first time, like right before this call.
Yeah, we heard you.
First time in like a year, I just started crying over something stupid.
That's okay.
So shaking is like the body's way of processing trauma. So I just let it out and then it's easier to move on.
There you go. I keep telling people, like, it's not even like an emotional cry. Sometimes my water, like, just pours out of my eyes.
That's nice.
Mm-hmm.
I guess. I don't know.
Well, it doesn't happen for me, so.
It's weird, though. Like, especially that movie. That one really just kind of, like, let everything connect and, like, blow over and out. It was... Man, that movie's a tough watch. Despite it being, like, a terrible, campy, sci-fi nonsense, like, thriller, terrible horror remake of Groundhog's Day, which I hope both of you have seen.
Yes. Very recently, but I've seen it.
Okay, good. All right, at least you know what I'm talking about. Repeated day. You ever feel like you're waking up in the same day over and over?
No,
No, but I've had deja vu.
I heard.
What is deja vu, do you think?
It's a
Okay.
glitch in the matrix.
Wait, what?
I don't know. What do you think it is?
I think it's like an inside view of like other realities, or I usually have deja vu. Like I had a dream about something and then I felt like it was going to happen. And then like 2 years later it happens. And it really freaks me out because it's always like the dream that doesn't make sense, that doesn't seem like it's ever going to happen. And then it happens.
Yeah. Angie?
I've heard it's dreams. I've heard that if you've dreamed something before and then it happens, is why you get that feeling.
Oh, I figured it was a previous life memory or a post-life memory.
Do you guys want to do past life regression?
Yes.
Yes.
Wait. Okay. I've been looking at like a bunch of people who do it, mostly because I find them on TikTok.
I'll bet Danny would do it.
That's what I was just about to say. I want to go to her, videotape it. Wait, Angie, where do you live? Oh, obviously next to Matt.
Yeah.
Where does Angie live?
Phoenix.
I meant not Angie. Danny.
Colorado. She lives near Denver, I think.
So we could go to Colorado. There's a little cute play area for kids. Husbands could take the kids. Us three can go get a life regression thingy done.
Good Lord.
And then
honestly,
we'll
I'm more scared of that than actually dying.
You know what?
Why?
I'm not going to lie, me too. But I want to do it more than die.
But
Same.
why?
Because what are you going to learn? What are you going to find out? Like, I've been through a lot of crap, and patterns repeat themselves until you learn the lesson.
But
So,
what
like-
if you made these promises to yourself that you have to repeat the same style of punishment over and over again because you haven't learned
Until
the
you learn.
first time?
So like a sacred contract?
Yeah, like you put a contract on
Ooh,
yourself and
that's a
only
good way to put
she's
it.
able to take it off of you.
So, yeah.
Don't be scared.
Oh, insight.
Whoa.
Maybe
Yeah,
this is
that's
like
another thing.
our
that'll-
way of healing for the next life.
It definitely could be.
So we're doing it?
Oh, yeah,
I mean,
for
I'm
sure.
down.
I don't know how quickly,
Let
but
me
I
have
mean,
my
we gotta
baby
wait for Angie
first.
to... Yeah.
When are you due?
November 1st.
Is it public yet?
I mean, people know, but I haven't like done the social media announcement.
So you want me to take this out of every time it's mentioned in this recording?
Oh, shoot.
You have to announce it before this one goes out.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's before
I mean, it'll be 4 weeks from
Yeah.
now, if that matters.
Okay. Yeah, I was thinking about announcing on Father's Day anyway for Joe. So,
Oh, it'll be after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're good.
okay.
Okay.
That was funny.
I'll give you a week heads up anyway, and then you can still call it then.
Okay, perfect.
Are you going to do like a grand announcement or?
I don't know. Like, it's so weird, completely off topic, but like everything going on right now with like COVID and the like social
Race
stuff.
wars.
Yeah. Is it really the best time to be like, oh, by the way, I'm pregnant?
Yes, it is. You're giving hope to
Oh my
someone.
gosh. I know, but am I
Is
like
it really the
taking
best time?
away from the voices of people that are like trying to get an actual movement going?
No, because
Are
it's
we?
only a small moment. It's an hour or 2 hours that you made someone else's day by announcing that, and then they go back to
Yeah,
all
you're
the
bringing life
topics.
into the world. You should definitely make a moment of it.
Yeah.
It's going to be a real cute baby too. So,
Oh, I bet. Well, I haven't seen pictures. I don't even know how you
Yeah,
look
he's-
like.
He's a cute dude. I agree.
Thanks. I mean, there was a lot of practice that went into the baby. So,
Ew.
Wait, what?
it'll be a good baby.
Ew. Why do I
Ew,
find that
sex.
disgusting?
Because she said sex.
No, she didn't
so
say
many
it.
I didn't even say it.
No, she implied it.
The idea of two imaginary people that I don't have pictures in my head of having sex to have an imaginary baby that I don't know how it's going to look like is disgusting for some reason.
That's really funny.
That is really funny. That's Catholic fucking guilt right there.
Oh, yeah. I know
Oh
it
my
is.
gosh. So we were married. I mean,
It, I don't know. I don't know.
Wait, when did you guys get married, by the way?
October.
And you didn't invite him? How dare you?
No, of course not. No, they had like a super like fancy like I think destination, but I don't know.
He's
Destination
making
could have
all
been
of that
Phoenix.
up.
I thought it was
I don't know. The photos look pretty exclusive.
Yeah,
It's like models only, 8s and up only.
we paid the most for the photos. So I was like, these are going to look good because we didn't pay a lot for anything else. We kept it like very low budget, low attendance.
I eloped.
Lucky.
I got married in a courthouse. Yeah. But I did make a custom dress. I had my dress custom made for a wedding that we'll have eventually.
Oh, that's awesome.
But I'm only doing a
That is
wedding
cool.
for the family. I'm not doing it for myself.
Yeah. That's what I wanted originally. And I was like begging for like eloper, like a small destination. But I'm really glad that like we did it the way that we did it.
That's good.
So
Wait, where did you guys get this done, by the way?
Wait, who? Me and
Me?
Grayson or her?
Both of you, but I assume you were in Texas or Miami at this point.
Yeah, I was in Texas. I met him here in Texas, and then we eloped on our 90th day just to fuck with my sister.
Oh, good Lord.
Because we told her you couldn't go. We told her that you couldn't go to the movies until you got married. And then we told her that because Grayson was new in mine and his relationship when they met him, that he had to wait 90 days. And then we got married on the 90th day.
You knew that quickly.
Yeah,
Wow.
I don't know how. I was moving out of my apartment. He was already coming every single day without asking me. And I was like, you want to move in? And then
Most guys are.
and then he never left. And now, yeah, we've been married for 2.5 years, I think. Yeah, 2.5.
That's fantastic. I don't know many people who were that sure in that amount of time. I mean, the ones I do know are Mormon, and they definitely weren't sure. They were just trying to,
Have
Right.
sex.
expedite the process.
Thanks for
Oh.
saying
Exactly.
How about you, Angie? Where did y'all get married?
We got married in Phoenix. Nothing. No destination, but it was super
The
pretty.
Buttes.
No,
The Sheridan?
we got married actually in a Catholic church. And then we did our reception at the Watershed in Tempe.
So,
Oh my God! I had my birthday party there that you went to.
Yeah.
Matt,
Fucking A.
Yeah, it's super cute. See,
That place is awesome.
right? And the photos made it look real cool.
he was included in y'all's wedding. There you go.
Exactly.
Of course. I missed the invite. No, I honestly would buy that. I have been moving a lot in the last 6 years, 7 years.
Oh my God, you guys
So,
want to hear the
totally
stupidest
plausible.
thing I've ever done?
What?
Yes, please.
I was doing the
Kept in contact with Matt.
No. I was doing our wedding thank you notes and I bought these cool new pens and I was like, oh yeah, I'm doing them in purple and teal and pink and making them all super cute.
Uh-huh.
It was erasable ink and it's hot in Arizona. So the ink disappeared.
No way.
Yup.
Oh wait,
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Angie, come back.
I don't understand why people make these cards because I don't have the time to put into them. I'm going to throw it away anyways. No one really cares. But it looks cute for 5 minutes.
It does look cute.
So wait, you did all of your cards with?
Invisible ink.
Oh,
Yeah. So
it's like the fucking Roger Rabbit movie.
I love that movie.
It's disappearing ink.
It is, but it wasn't supposed to be.
I know, but I grew up on that movie, and that's my only frame of reference for ink that can no longer be visible.
Did you have a crush on Jessica Rabbit?
I did not,
I did.
believe it or not.
Now I know why your family thinks you're gay.
Wait, what? Who said that?
She did.
Was it Danny? Was it Tim? Was it William? Was it Peter? Was it Dobre? Who said that?
Oh, that's funny.
They're all assholes, and they're wrong.
Well,
Oh my gosh.
there was.
I just respect women enough not to bother them.
That's nice because
That's nice.
I literally went to Costco today with my husband. Okay, I was with him. And I still got hit on by an older gentleman that said, hey, I will still take you out even though you're married. I was like, excuse you? Leave me alone.
Yeah, that's weird.
It happens. I'm pretty sure it happens to Angie a lot too.
I'm sure it does.
Like, they
I
just
got
don't give a
hit on
shit.
more as a bartender when I had an engagement ring than when I didn't.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Wait a minute. So you're saying that a bartender who isn't engaged should put one on if they want tips?
Yeah.
I mean, it worked for me.
Not saying they should, saying they could.
They could, for sure.
Gotcha. That's not good.
And
No,
especially-
That doesn't say a lot for our society.
Yeah. Well, going back to the egg, and I know we keep going off, but I had 2 more questions
40-minute veer,
that
sorry.
I really wanted to ask. Okay. So in the storyline, it says that every time you victimize someone and kindness, or you give kindness, you victimize them, or you do something, all of that is done to yourself. Because one day I'll become, I don't know, these are my notes. Pretty much what he said was you are everyone. You have everyone in the future and the past, and you're victimizing yourself. You're giving kindness to yourself. And you know what I mean. You know what part it is, right?
Right. Like anything that you do to someone, you're doing to yourself. So if you screw someone over on a business deal, you're hurting yourself. if you hold the door open for someone, you're holding open for yourself.
All of that, like keeping that in mind, like I know that Matt and I talk about trauma from our parents or from our lives that are being done to us or vice versa.
Negatively impacted my picker.
Yeah, like we are technically the root of many people's trauma and ourselves. And I don't think I'm making sense right now.
So did I do this to myself?
Yeah, pretty much. Did I do this to myself?
Or is the story a little more metaphorical in the sense of it's just trying to preach the golden rule, but in a larger sense?
And also, how could everyone be one person, but all of them at the same time? Like, you can't be the egg, and I can't be the egg because I have my own consciousness, but we can't all be the same person either.
Oh, we sure can.
So that's the thing, like, that's my favorite thing about this is all of the paradoxes. Like, just for a super simple example, like if you can't remember someone's name or you can't remember a song title, like
happens all the time.
Right. Do you think of it immediately, or is it like after a while when you let go of the needing that it just pops up in your head?
That one, second one.
Right. So it's like, it's the paradox of like when you're sitting in the energy of wanting something, you can't ever have it because you're only wanting it.
Do you think that the age of technology has kind of destroyed that moment? Because I don't think a lot of people know what that feeling is like to not know something immediately.
That's a really good point.
Sometimes I have this thought or this song stuck in my head and I still can't find it on the internet because I'm not sure if it was a song I made up in my head or it's a song
and you don't
that's
remember the lyrics and you can't
can't
tap it out on the space bar.
I've had dreams of songs that didn't exist yet and then they come out like years later. I'm like, I had a dream about the song. I have it in my dream journal or in my notes. And here it is, but it's coming out now. So
it's my $1 million idea tent for $5.
It's not going to happen, Matt.
It's going to happen.
No one's going to buy an idea for $10.
Not my ideas. It's his ideas.
But what puts
people bought pet rocks, so I feel like you're giving people too much credit.
Oh, that's true.
It's true.
There are some really smooth rocks, though, that you could draw on, and you can't find these rocks outside, so I don't know. I'd buy a rock.
Anyway, universal paradoxes.
How do you interpret the story? Do you think it's a literal interpretation?
Sometimes.
Or do you see it as more of a guideline for just be good?
I just see it as like a new idea. Right? Like what we're doing right now isn't working. Like all the different separate religions being judgy and telling each other they're wrong, like it's not working.
Right.
And the only way to change something is to become aware of it. It's like being aware of what hurt you, that you're hurting someone else. That's the only way to make a change is to realize that there's something going on that doesn't need to be going on.
How long can that
Tim said that actually on Saturday. He goes, hurt people hurt people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, it can take as long as it takes for you to wake up and see what's happening.
Sometimes it's frustrating.
Oh, it's always frustrating.
I just want to give up sometimes. Be like, because there are some things that I do that are toxic in a way, and I'm getting better at recognizing them and telling my husband, like, oh, I did something that wasn't what I wanted to do, but I did it anyways because it's toxic, and I did it because I felt like it. But it's frustrating to like know I'm doing something wrong and not wanting to change it because it works for me at that time. Does that make sense?
It's called selfishness.
I know. I'm trying to work on it.
Well, it's
you were doing a really good job for being 3 years old. Jesus Christ. I know many 30-year-olds who can acknowledge this.
So let's just say that this egg story is a possible truth. Like this is the way to happiness or enlightenment or heaven or salvation or whatever you want to call it. Like, what if everyone was taught from birth that everything you do, you're doing it to yourself? If you lie, you cheat, you steal, you harm someone, you actually did it to yourself.
What if this was the only religion?
But right, what if it wasn't a religion? What if it's just like, this is how it is? Like, the only way to make life better is to just be a decent human to every other human. Like, would more people be decent?
No.
Not without the tax exemption.
I don't think people would be better because there are people still out there that chooses to just not care.
I think, though, you're right.
But because they think they're doing it to someone else, right?
If everybody grew up thinking that everything they did was quite literally stabbing themselves,
Right.
I use the stabbing quote intentionally because that's my biggest fear. If they thought everything they did would be stabbing themselves in the back, I don't think anybody would do anything terrible anymore. And I think that's how Eastern religions are generally like.
And they're the oldest.
Yeah, and generally the best.
But like if you were told from like infancy that if you stab someone, your hand's going to bleed.
Yeah, would you ever stab anyone?
Yes. Because I'm going the opposite. Because I would. If I was like how I was before, I would stab myself. Or if I stabbed someone that was going to benefit me in some way or form, and I was still going to get hurt from it, that benefit would outweigh the pain, and I would just numb myself from it.
But if you were to think of it as more of like a metaphor for like whatever you did would equally impact you, and not just the stab, it would be.
But what would be the benefit?
The financial equivalent as well.
So
there would be no benefit.
What do you mean there would be no benefit?
Like you have to think beyond current terms and labels. Like you're thinking benefit and loss. Like what if that didn't exist?
It's a zero-sum game. So like you stab somebody to get their $20, right?
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, you're getting stabbed and losing $20. So it's.
Oh, then that would be boring, and there'd be no point.
You cannot.
Exactly. That's the point.
Yeah, but
that's the
in
point.
The current state, people would believe that they can't get ahead, and they will try it until they realize.
That's true.
Oh,
right.
They were right, but they're still going to try it. They're still going to test
we've
the bounds.
epically messed up, like humanity. Like we've epically failed.
God damn, dude, we are not doing well right now as far as humans.
We're not.
No, we're not, man. It's a wild fucking West out there right now. And I don't want to get into that. But
yeah, but
I can't fucking believe like how terrible a job we fucking done like setting this life up for ourselves.
I know, it's pretty bad.
However,
like everyone's out for themselves. Like imagine if everyone started out like helping other people is going to help myself. Being good is going to be good to me. Like there would be no corruption, there would be like no crime, you know, like everyone would just like, I feel like that girl from Mean Girls. It's like, why can't we all just be friends?
But
oh, I thought you were going to say your tits could predict the weather.
They know when it's raining.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot that was the. Hey everybody, thanks for listening this far and I didn't think you'd make it. We appreciate it very much. Just if you could do us a favor and go find us anywhere and follow us, rate, subscribe.
We'll be under the tree meditating.
Yes.
Go find us.
I will have a rainbow coming out of my head.
I was hoping you would say ass.
I will have a rainbow coming out of my ass.
Like a unicorn.
Yeah, like, wait, what? Well, we're at Twitter, Magic for Humans, TikTok, Spotify, YouTube. The link is through the website on that one, which is magicforhumans.com as well. Oh, we have a second Instagram, which is Magic for Humans, the number 4, and then with an S.
Like, comment on all our pictures, videos, and download, and give us stars on the iTunes, please. The iTunes.
Yes, especially the iTunes. But anywhere you get your podcasts or podcarts, rate, subscribe, and comment, please. We will read the positive comments on air.
Ooh, that's nice.
We'll read the negative ones too, because it'll be fun. Don't leave negative ones though.
If anyone leaves us a 1-star rating, I will go and murder you in your sleep, in your dreams, and then you'll wake up and be murdered again every time you go to bed.
You'll be living the same day over and over. It's like,
but you're not sure if you're awake or asleep.
It's deja vu. And please feel free to go to the website and send in any art. Music is great. Drawings are great.
And
jokes are great.
That you find that inspire you from our podcast, we will gladly look at it, post it, or even promote you as well. So thank you very much for any artwork that's sent in.
Yes, thank you very much. Go to the website, check out our gallery there where we're going to have, featured artists and featured selected art. Also on the website, we do have Venmo and PayPal if you want to support us to get this, I guess, project off the ground.
Way. Yes.
It really does. Our editor isn't cheap and I talk a lot. Help.
Help.
Back to the show.
But in the current world we have now, everything equals out, right? There's 50% males, 50% women. There is like 50% this, 50% that. There's good 50%.
Not in China.
Evil 50%. Like, eventually our world equals out or goes exactly in half. And I know that sounds weird, but if you look at statistics on the world that we live in currently, that's what happens. Like, with good, there always is bad.
Well, there wouldn't be good if there was no bad, right?
Exactly.
But there could be like a middle ground.
Truth.
But then that would just not be Earth. That we wouldn't be human.
Not Earth as we know it today, and not human as we've messed it up. But like,
way to go, Angie.
I feel like it's possible.
But not where we are now.
Not as we know it.
Definitely
Today.
not. Like
Or right now.
there would have to be a massive shift, and like everyone in like the spiritual communities that I talk to, like, feel the shift coming. Like, so many more people are becoming more aware.
Okay, what is that about? I keep seeing this too. What is that? What shift is everyone talking about? I don't understand.
Well, Angie, why don't you handle this? And I got something else to say after, but you go ahead.
So the shift that everyone's talking about is like the shift into awareness, the shift into realizing like there's a better way to be, and there's a better way to behave, and that like a more beautiful earth is possible. Like, that's actually the name of a book, like The More Beautiful World We All Know Is Possible. And people are waking up and realizing like what we're doing right now is not working. Like, this sucks. Like, yeah, 50% of the people are great and 50% of the people are awful, but like, is that enough?
No, we need people to tune in.
Well, then how long will this take? How long is this shift? Because I keep seeing like
A few million years.
Let me call up the universe and ask.
Thanks, Angie. Let me
No
know what she
problem.
says.
Jackie, it depends on how well our show goes.
Oh, okay. I'll root
Yeah,
on our
no
show
pressure.
going very successful, and everyone else will hop onto this train.
No, I'm not kidding. Seriously. Like, it really does depend on how quickly the word gets spread.
It really does. And that's why like a lot of people are saying like, if you understand a better way, like if you know a way to help, like it's your responsibility to reach out. Like, you can't be scared anymore. You can't sit back. You can't not say anything, because like people need this. People need to know like that treating other people well is going to get you further in life than like stabbing people in the back.
But why?
I really couldn't agree.
But all this information, right, is also associated with the crazy people, right?
Why do you think that is?
I don't know, honestly. But like, this conversation we're having right now, I would have never had this conversation like 6-7 years ago, because I would think, oh, those people are weird. They're hippies. Like, they're crazy. Just ignore them.
Right.
What's making it like these ideas change? Like,
I don't think the ideas are changing. I think the ideas that are coming out are the oldest ideas, the most practiced ideas, like way back to like Chinese, like the beginning. And people just aren't scared to talk about it anymore. Like I said at the beginning, like witches don't come out because they were burned. Like,
yeah.
People are getting to the point now where it's like, okay, I can't hide. I need to speak up. I need to do things. And like, you see that in a lot of different cultures right now. People have had enough, and they're stepping up and they're saying, F the consequences. I need to make this known.
But are these becoming trends? Like how social media creates these trends? Or is this just a trend? Is this just a new hot topic available on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, whatever? Is it going to disappear? Or are people actually going to change?
Well, like I said before, like it's not new. Just because it's being spread in a new way doesn't mean that it's like a new ideal that can die out. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Plenty.
It's not like Crocs that are going to be super cool for like 6 months and then everyone hates them, It's like...
Hold on. Crocs were never cool.
Crocs-
Don't give them any justice.
That's not true. Nowadays, teenagers
never cool.
are wearing Crocs with these little emblem thingies. I don't think they're called emblems.
Oh, yeah.
But these
The
little...
little jewel things that you push in them.
Yep, they're doing it again.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like everything's cyclical, right? Like side ponies and weird jeans and all of that are coming
rocked a
back.
side pony in high school in my softball team with a big bow. I looked
Oh, I
good.
have many a school picture with a side pony.
Oh gosh.
But like everything comes back around, right? So
Wait, I'm confused. What's wrong with the side pony?
You look retarded.
Well, hold on. Hold on. I got a side pony going right now. What's wrong with that?
Matt, you don't have hair
gosh.
for a side pony. You don't understand the struggles of having headaches because your pony was too tight.
Oh my gosh. And then the sweet relief
That's
at the
so
end of the
fucked
day.
up.
Yes, and the bow hurt your head because you hit your head doing something, or it got caught on your helmet.
Yes.
Oh my God. You guys sound like you went through a rough childhood.
That was the best part of my day.
I was gonna say.
It was the least beating I took that day.
It
on a
was.
bicycle crash, unfortunately.
Yeah. I wore bows until I was 21. Like hair bows to work, to an office. I wore hair bows to an office.
I
Until
wrapped
was 21.
headbands for a really long time.
No one told me to stop.
Wait, hold on. Say that again, Angie. I want to hear this.
Headband.
Oh, I just said, yeah.
I don't
wore
think headbands
for a
are
very long
wrong. I
time.
think they're cute still.
They also give you a headache though, right behind your ears.
What do they?
Yeah.
I think my daughter has some. I'm gonna try it.
The full head ones, like the ones that circle your whole head, are cool, but the little plastic ones that stop behind your ears
Oh,
are
no.
terrible.
Those are horrible.
So anyway.
All right. Well, it was a pleasure meeting you, Angie. I really enjoyed talking to you. All the tangents we went on, the rabbit holes we went down. I don't know, you answered a lot of the questions before I asked them, so I appreciated that. It was nice.
Anytime. If you guys want to talk about sacred contracts sometime, let me know.
Hey, why don't you hang on to that microphone so we can do this again in like a week?
Okay.
Okay. So next week we'll do this again, and then we'll just have this in our backlog and post it when we get to it.
Fun.
Fuck yeah.
I like that plan.
By the way, I just want to let you know, Tim wants to do a new segment called Tim Pleads the Fifth. Because the only times he can join our show is the 5th Saturday of every month moving forward.
Yeah, August 29th.
Yeah, but there's about 4 Saturdays, 4 5th Saturdays every month or every year.
Okay.
So,
Deal.
so four times a year he'll be able to come on. He'll drink an entire 5th of vodka while
Oh
he
my god.
pontificates about nonsense.
Okay, deal. Let's do it.
He thinks it would be funny.
It will be.
Like drunk history, but better.
Yeah, but less. Yeah, you're right, but better.
Okay, Matt.
Mhm.
All right, thank you, Angie, so much.
Thanks, guys. This was so
text you back in
fun.
a little bit. Oh, good. Hang on to that microphone. We'll call you next week.
Okay.
All right, later,
Matt,
buddy.
no, don't call me buddy.
Not you. I was talking to Angie.
Oh, okay. Bye, buddy.
Wait, what? You can't use it if you don't like
I
it.
don't like it. Thank you, Angie,
Okay.
very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Angie, so much.
Bye.
Bye.